romance books that made me squeal and kick my little buddies because, oh my god, these couples are so freaking cute. If you're anything like me, most of my reading material is usually pretty freaking dark, so I do like to break that up with a cute little palette cleanser that lightens the load a bit. I don't know if any of you've seen my previous videos, but I'm currently working my way through the Follow Call series by Quill Carter, and this is a very, very heavy series. It's probably my favorite dark romance series I've ever read to date, but it is heavy and it does need a couple of small breaks. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about some book rec that I personally use or find myself continuously going back to when I need a small break from the dark. So if you've been following me for any length of time, you've definitely seen me recommend Let's Do This by Loren Leigh before. Again, I don't often read fluffy, foot-kicky hockey romances, but damn, if I'm ever gonna recommend one to you, it is this one. They are so freaking cute. Shaw is hilarious. And on top of that, like, if you just want something spicy and feel good, I think it's like chapter 2. Sorry, my cat's meowing. He wants to be fed. I think it's like chapter 2. They are already freaking getting into it and going off right away. It's also one of my favorite tropes, which is like best friends to lovers. And I cannot freaking recommend this book enough. Like, I've annotated this one. I revisit them all the time. And it's the kind of like cuteness that makes you like literally tear up and squeal. Love this book. I have this one in my hand because this is by the same author. After I read this, I was like, okay, I want to read more by her. And I love this. This was also a gift from my best friend, Lauren. This is Always by Loren Leigh. And this is, if I remember correctly, I think it's a bit of an age gap as well too. And it's like brother's best friend kind of a vibe. So there's like a little bit of taboo elements in there too, but it is so cute, so swoon worthy. And if you love an MMC that's kind of nerdy, like I think they're both into like space and like astrophysicism. I need to reread this. I can't really remember, but I just remember kicking my freaking feet. Just Loren Leigh in general. She's a good time if you're looking for something a little bit lighter. Now let's talk about Emmy Sanders for a minute. I freaking loved this book. I feel like this is probably one of her most popular ones. To Catch a Firefly. We've got autism rep in here. Lucky is just the most supportive, perfect, amazing partner for Ellis, who is the character with autism. And this is just like a freaking beautiful book. It is poetic. I don't know how else to put it. It just feels like you're reading a beautiful, epic love poem the entire time. I cried. Everything comes full circle. It's just this beautiful, beautiful freaking story about these two boys who are falling in love, but the world just keeps kind of getting in their way. And it's another best friends to lovers, which I freaking love that trope. Something about it. I don't know. Pick this one up if you haven't already. But if you have picked this up and you haven't read, what is this series called? Hold on. The Darling Brothers. And if you haven't picked up the Darling Brothers series yet, I highly recommend it. This is a series of interconnected standalones. I think only these two are out. These are the only two that I've read so far. So the first one is Sweet Like Whiskey, and the next one is Brim Over Boot. This one, we have chronic pain representation in it, which was great. And this one, literally, oh my freaking god. I think this was my favorite out of the two of them, cowboy romances, but it's just the back and forth and the tension. And this is very like rivals to lovers in this one. But when you find out why they're rivals, it just swept me away. I absolutely adored reading both of these books. This is very like, if you've read my books, this is very Shem and Gabe coded, but like much, much lighter. Like if you've read Hellcat, you'll know what I'm talking about, where one of them is very black cat and the other one is very like calm, chill, stoic. Like it's very like Rat Tamer. Like, let's put it at that. I freaking loved both of these. I don't see this one nearly enough on Book Talk, and it's Until I Saw You by Diana Roman. And this book, this is still dark. Hold on, I always forget the characters' names. Harper. Harper is a domestic violence survivor, basically. He works with newly sightless people and helps them learn how to navigate the world and overcome this kind of obstacle, and helps them basically figure out how to be independent, because it's obviously going to be a huge learning curve if you are a newly sightless person. This is the case with Riley. Riley is freaking hilarious. Like, I cannot with how much I instantly fell in love with Riley. And he's newly sightless. I think it happened from like an accident. He was very active and very into like things like rock climbing and high intensity sports. And because of an accident, he lost his sight, and he's been putting off learning how to navigate the world with this new obstacle that he's facing in his life. And it's almost like he's like in denial a little bit. But once they get together, it is literally so freaking cute. I love that Riley is the one that's going through the bi awakening. And it's so refreshing because he's not the one that freaks out about it. Like Harper freaks out a little bit about it, but Riley's like, no, man, I'm in this. Like, I'm into you. I don't really care if I haven't been with a guy before. I like you. Let's just explore this. And Harper's the one that's kind of pumping the brakes a little bit because of his own trauma. He's just a little guy. Like, if you need just a quick palate cleanser, honestly, freaking read this book. I absolutely loved every second of it. Then Hateful Love by Ashleigh, Addison, Beck. And this is also part of an interconnected series, I believe. I have the other one, Painful Love, which Painful Love was not as adorable and low stakes as this one. This one was much darker. I loved this one too, don't get me wrong, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to talk about this one. This is very like, I compare Silas to Nick the frickin' Fox all the time. Like his energy is so chill and low-key and just kind of like relaxed, where Blaine is this little excitable football player who's it's very like this couple. I don't know, like he's just like a little bunny. He's always convincing Silas to do like this like weird role-playing thing. Like, I don't know, I was like blushing and getting like, secondhand embarrassment, but like Silas just rolls with it, and that dynamic was so freaking hilarious. This is very low stakes. There was kind of a climax arc for sure, but it's much more on the lower stakes than what I'm usually used to. So if you're looking to pick up a book that's just not gonna hurt you too bad, this is definitely up there for one of my favorite recs. I've got a bunch more. I'm not sure how interested y'all are in like more of the foot kicky stuff, but like I said, I have a pretty wide range. Like, yes, I like to mostly read hella traumatizing stuff to just like help me work through my own crap, but I do like to break that up often with the foot kicky, sweeter romances often as well too. So let me know also if you have any recs for some foot kickies. Like I was saying, I am reading this series right now, and I'm gonna need to start taking some breaks because it's getting very fucked in the best possible way. But sometimes you gotta watch out for your mental health because ain't nobody else gonna do that for you. So if you guys have any recs for your favorite foot kicky romances, drop them below in the comments. I would love to read them. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave this video today. And as always, I freaking love you, and stay freaking weird.